I am light. In me there is no darkness. There's not even an iota of badness in me. You live in a world where evil and ungodliness run rampant. But remember, I am the light that keeps on shining in the darkness. Nothing can extinguish or even diminish the perfection of my everlasting radiance. Someday you will be able to see my brilliance in all its glory. For now, though, you must live by faith, not by sight.
I always said with Dave, when he said something, it wasn't a matter of if it was going to happen, it was just a matter of when and how long and how painful it was going to be to get there. He's always 10 steps ahead of anybody else, it seems like. He had a very definite path that he was on, and he always talked about running his own company, having his own company, but he was always an element of the greater good. It wasn't just for him. For one of his things at Kept Terrace, which was the last company he worked for when the movie Pay It Forward came out, he bought a copy of Pay It Forward and gave it to every employee in that company, and had this whole movement of Pay It Forward. That was the mentality, and that's how he's always been. No real big surprises except for his injury.
I know you're one of these fellas who goes traveling all around the world. In fact, I heard you were in Kuala Lumpur the other day. What are the banks, in your perception, thinking they're going to do with the smart cards, especially those in North America?
No differently than telephone companies today. They're looking at how do they expand their services, gain more loyalty and more new opportunities with their customer base, and, by the way, create new business opportunities through technology like smart cards.
My guest has been David Anastasi. He's a Vice President General Manager, the Public Sector, U.S. West. He is also the President of the Global Chip Card Alliance.
This is my cool look, because I have to wear sunglasses when the light gets stuff, and there's lights here, so. Yeah, I want to tell people, the injury happened, and it is what it is, and it's changed life very significantly. Just even talking, I used to be able to do video interviews and stuff very smoothly. Now I get tired, I can feel my brain working so hard to find words.
I get a phone call on whatever day of the week it was. He fell. The rest of it is what we see now. I picked him up at the airport, and doctor's appointments and stuff started, and different things started happening physically that were not normal. So it took us about, 6 or 9 months to find the right team of doctors.
As they say, it's not the fall that'll get you, it's a sudden stop. So it's like, for a minute, life stops. I was in the best shape I'd been in. Emotionally, I was in the best shape I was in. Psychologically, I was in the best shape I was in. I was loving life.
5.5 years into it, there are certain things different things that keep cropping up. The symptom or the damage may not show up immediately, but you can't discount anything. There is no normal. It's a new normal. There are some days that are better than others. There are some days that are definitely worse.
You become very disconnected when you have an injury like this. You can't do the same things you used to do. That's part of that new normal. Like I was talking about, I have to wear headsets and sunglasses and helmets and walk with my cane. And that's all different in the Brain Injury Alliance. You go to an event and you're sitting next to somebody that gets it. They're not judging you. They're with you, and they're supporting you. You know, they're cheering for you. It's a family.
David. In light of his injury, he perseveres. And now you have to make the best of it going forward. And boy, if there's one example of somebody that tries every single day to make the best of it going forward, it's Dave. I guess maybe that's why I'm here with this bike ride today, because he can't do it, but I can. Your life can change in an instant. And you know, you just have to wonder, where's that safety net if the Brain Injury Alliance wasn't in existence?
It's really hard to move from success to significance. In fact, a lot of people never do it. And so whether by circumstance or whatever, I think there's a lot of significance I see here that this organization and his role give him. And I think it's really important sustaining.
I get strength being around everybody there. It started out by going to a support group at Swedish Hospital. You know, it was sitting around a table and telling your story. Having Dave be able to tell his story, I think, is important for him. It makes him, again, feel like he has a purpose, which is really, really important to him.
I love the Brain Injury Alliance. It's an organization of just very cool people, and it starts with the people that work there. Just wonderful, wonderful people, and just so supportive. We're kind of all holding hands and in this together. You know, you just go from going 100 miles an hour to like somebody jammed on the brakes. I guess there's two ways you can handle that. You can just stay stuck, which I refuse to do, or you can focus on, you know, what is it I can do versus what I can't do. You're still in there. You're still who you were. It's now figuring out how to get it out. No matter how bad you got it, remember, somebody has it worse than you. Whining's not an option. Losing's not an option. Only the good die young, so I have time. The best medicine in the world is a smile and a laugh. If I can make somebody smile and laugh, I still have a purpose.